Hello there, Only One Kenobi here, only one. It's time to open and review this JABBA the Hutt action playset, which comes with 2 figures as well. Brilliant. So this is great because you've got kind of 2 versions of the box in a way, even though it's all in one. They usually have the same art on the front and back, from my experience anyway. Well, for most things I remember anyway. But with this, they've given you like 2 versions of it. And they look very different. The JABBA's on there, the lighting in that one. And it's nice, with this one in particular, they've incorporated that, which isn't specifically for Return of the Jedi. It's for the Book of Boba Fett, that. But hell, it's Jabba's throne room, isn't it? You know what I mean? So great, either or. You can use that for Jabba, which is what I've been waiting to do anyway. I've had this a year. And look, I've got all his entourage here to the right and the left. Band on the left and some droids. And the Book of Boba Fett thing, and my Boba Fett throne, I've put here now because these are my Tatooine shelves. All these are figures, vehicles, shelves dedicated to events and things happening on Tatooine. So I put him here, which is quite nice. And because you can incorporate so many figures from Return of the Jedi with that playset, even though it was a Book of Boba Fett branded, I've been waiting for this Jabba to arrive for a year now to put inside that playset. So, box art. Here it is. Here's the front one. Have another close look at that. And I'll tell you now, I'll also compare some Jabbas that I already own. I have the Dark Times Jabba, which I think is still the best, and I don't think this is going to beat it, even though that is a really good Jabba, because that Jabba came with this Barge. And not long ago, I re-reviewed that. If you weren't aware, do check it out. I've got a full overview of the Barge, which came out 5 years ago. That came with the Jabba, which is the same, as far as I know, mold as that, although this has got a different paint application. But I'll put them side by side, along with the Dark Times Jabba, which is also a very high quality JABBA the Hutt. And again, it comes with a Salacious Crumb, and 8D8. Originally, I only bought one of these, and I was kind of kicking myself. I thought, nah, you've got to get 2. You've got to keep an 8D8 carded. You've got to get him loose. I was being a tight ass. Have a look at the art on the box here. Wow. Look at that. This is brilliant, isn't it? You can't beat these little boxes here. These classic Kenner styly. Unbelievable. And as we all know, being no doubt that them bringing out stuff like this will snag in a whole load of new collectors, people who probably didn't either know that the vintage collection existed or it didn't float their boat. Jabba was maybe their favorite character, or whatever the reason is. Things like this heightens the awareness of the vintage collection and also its appeal for an older generation. But it's awesome, isn't it? And here's the other side. Another look at that. You can't beat it. And I've already, seen this via the Book of Boba Fett release. The hides that you got with that were great. You didn't get that though. You just got the slab, and you got the seat, the throne. And there he is, reaching into his little frog bowl. Brilliant. And yeah, last year was the 40th anniversary of the Return of the Jedi, so I went to the cinema to watch it. It was good. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to get it open. I'm going to get one open. Another close-up look at that there, where you got the figures. Figuras incluidas. Included figures. Right, let's go. Okay. Just first look at the inside there. Oh, there's the carded figure there, right? And then you've got... What is this? Oh, yeah, accessories. So I'm just going to pull that out now off there. That's your stuff. There's your hides. Oh, focus. There you go. Hides, accessories. Again, like with the Book of Boba Fett throne room, you get some extra things with this as well. A couple of goblets there. That's nice that you're getting that as well with this. And here it is. This is the first time in my life I have got a mini card in my hand. Now this is great because I never was interested in buying the mini cards. The ones you could get with the mouse droid from the Death Star SDCC set. Because number one, the size of the card kind of throws my regular carded collection size, if that makes sense. I wouldn't know where to display it really, but also I wouldn't want to pay the price of those cards. It's crazy. I know that they are Revenge of the Jedi, and they will obviously hold their value in that respect, and the figures are different. But I'm glad to just see, finally, have it in my hand and get a sense of the scale of a mini card. But there it is. The figure looks pretty decent, and of course I will be opening one of these. This one isn't numbered either. And let's just pull a bit more out of here. What have we got? First sight of Jabba there. Alrighty. Here is 8D8. Is he numbered? Yes, he is numbered, so I can't think if to leave him for a quick shot video. I think I might do. I might leave him for the quick shots before I open him. Here he is, as the man himself. He's quite dark, isn't he? Look at all that redness there. Although when I look through the... Although I look at the camera, it doesn't look as dark as what I'm seeing with my own eyes, but let's get it unpacked. That will be the same size, without question, as this. If it isn't, it's idiotic if they hadn't. See, it will fit in there. It has to. Just imagine it didn't. Everyone would be absolutely outraged. Oh God, will it? Oh yes, it does. Thank God for that. Sorry, Luke, I'm crushing you in. So it does fit in there. That's good. Just imagine it didn't. I'll tell you which one doesn't. Let me go over here and show you now. The Dark Times Jabba, which is incredible, that. And it comes with an Ula figure. That's why I bought it. That does not fit inside the new playset. And it's also thicker, deeper. Just so you know. So I'm just handheld now. I've made sure that these are down because somebody kicked off in one video of mine. I can't remember who it was, but it was doing their head in. One of these was up and I didn't notice, and they were expressing their disappointment in the comments. It looks like it's... Oh, that's really good weathering. Look at that. It's got a little bit of... That's fantastic detail. Green just underneath there, because that's like metal, like aging metal. The green, the copper thing. I've just been to Florida, folks, Hollywood studios, and I'm constantly in awe when I'm in the queue of the Hollywood Tower Hotel. It's absolute masterpiece, that ride, the way that Disney have aged everything to make it look totally authentic as an old, hotel that's been stood there abandoned, and things like that are excellent. The green of the, it's like kind of copper, isn't it, that it's stripped down or whatever. Fantastic, really good. Slab looks really good. Seems a different colour. Let's go and have a comparison. Yeah, that is. I knew it was a lighter colour. That seems to fit. Isn't that funny that colour-wise this looks like it's going to match it better? That one's a definite, that's a sandier colour, isn't it? You know what I mean? Interesting. But from what I remember, when you put that in there, it seemed to just work. Like they were the same colour, but I'd say that these are made for each other. Fantastic. And then there's this piece here. I wonder if they have recycled that. And no, they haven't, ladies and gentlemen. They are completely different. This one is longer, the one that came with the new one. There it is. And this one is a lot shorter. So things change, folks. They haven't recycled anything there. That's good. Brand new, maybe more accurate, I don't know. Let's get the Jabba out, folks, huh? Oh, I had to have a sniff of the Jabba. That sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. I had to see what the plastic was smelling like. Nothing like the original in the 80s. And there he is. What do you reckon of the colour of him? In real life, we're looking at him with my own eyes. With my, looking at him. He looks quite dark in the face. He looks quite orangey in the face. Too dark. But when I look at him through the camera, he looks all right because it's different, isn't it? It's like the light coming in, shining, and it's just catching it. And it's forgivable. Isn't that funny? I think he looks awesome. And he's a better scheme of paint, or looks better, or sharper, or pings a bit more than the guy in there, which I'm going to get out in a minute. But facially, the Dark Times one just really is incredible. So I'm going to put him... I'm going to go and get him now, actually. Bear with me. Alrighty. Although, having said that, when I get these two side by side, I've gone off him now. Isn't that funny? Let me just move him out of the way. The ultimate test will be to get the one out of the barge. It's kind of... Oh no, I've changed my mind. I mean, what it was about this one on the left here, the Dark Times one, sorry you can't see what I'm talking about. It was the eyes. I always thought that his eyes were just really good. I didn't particularly like that, the slime on his mouth. I've seen worse Jabbas they've tried to do slime and stuff and it's just a fail, but it's still really good, but it's like his chin's going out like that, you know what I mean? It looks like Griffith Jones in a way. Jut. This guy... I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling Return of the Jedi. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. I always loved the one that came in this. I thought that was phenomenal when it first arrived. Let's get him out. But this one was very bland in tone, his paint. Actually, no, he's all right. He's not badly painted, but this one, it's the same mold, folks. It really is. Sculpt, mold, whatever. But it's painted much better, this new one. It's a nice Jabba, that. I can't wait. It's brilliant. So I've got 3 Jabbas. That one, as you saw over there, just a nice little shelf just dedicated to the main characters. Jabba and the good guys. This is dedicated to my whole palace. You've got all the entourage. And Jabba will be in the middle, and this guy's just obviously always just going to be in the barge. So this is my brand new palace Jabba. And he's alright, man. Sorry, I'm going back from one to the other, but that's the original. Just get another look at him. And then him. Not a lot in it, but trust me, this one's really... Look at this, like, it looks like he's got slime in the mouth, like it's glossy, like glistening, like fresh saliva, as opposed to that, which is just, frothy stuff. Ugh. But this is like, it's like, we can see, it looks like wetness in there, man. Like he's alive, like slimy. That's really good. And the irony is that is actually a slimy thing. It's the way the plastic's aged, though. It's not very nice to touch that Jabba, actually. Part of the aging process of the plastic they used. But here's the back of him. That's the old one. But yeah, it's just a nicer finish, this. And rightly so, they've brought this out because, you know, unless you got a barge, you never would have even had a sniff of getting this awesome Jabba, because it is awesome. And here he is now for all to purchase. That is a really good Jabba the Hutt, always was and is. And that's the go forward. This guy, I think he's had his day. I've changed my mind. Still excellent in the scheme of things. I'd love to do a top to flopper Jabba, because I've got this series where I look at the best to the worst of figures. I don't have enough Jabbas. I'd have to probably buy some crap to add in things like stuff they've had in the Power of the Force 2, which I don't particularly want them because, you know, I don't have the space. The figure they did for the Power of the Force 2 for Jabba looked really like the one that was in the hangar, the original special edition one. I know they updated him in 2004 for the DVD, but the actual figure looks just like Jabba looked. But then again, that never looked like Jabba anyway, the CGI thing they did. So I'd sooner just stick to what's good, because it's a big character and there's only certain places you can put him. But that's awesome. And then let's get all this stuff open. So you've got that, which looks like familiar. Like I feel like I've seen that before. Maybe it was included somewhere, maybe in that thing. I don't know, can't remember. Or maybe in the Book of Boba Fett or anything, I don't know. Oh, and a frog. Look at that. There is a frog in there. That's definitely a frog, so I'll get that open in a moment. What else? You get his bong. And look at the greeny thing. That's good. That's new. This seems bigger, and that also had tinting, but it's kind of grey, isn't it? And it was quite translucent anyway, wasn't it? But, oh, wow, look at these. Now we've got some proper soft pillows. That's fantastic. I didn't realise it came with this. As I say, I have not watched anyone's review on this. I wanted to keep it fresh for me. They're nice because this one here came with pillows, but they were kind of hard goods and sculpted, which is nice. It worked well. You can drape that over the edge there, and like that one there, it's sort of designed so you can have it pushed up to his body like that. So he's squished into it, so whatever you want to do with it. But and the hides are all the same. All three of them are the same. The Book of Boba Fett ones, let's have a look. Yeah, they are kind of a grey plain hide like that, so they're different. And see, that's, look at that, that's got like the Dark Times JABBA. It's got kind of hard goods made to look like soft fabric there, which is interesting. With those things at the back, I'd forgotten about them. Oh, and look at that, look what I've just found. There's that meal thing, whatever that is, the bowl of porridge there. Which you obviously get there. So I'll unpack all that stuff, folks, if you bear with me. There you go, it'll go like that, and that stretches as like so. Looks slightly better than that. That's a nice pipe on the other one. Dark, and it stretches to him, but it's funny how the designs have just changed. Evolution of design. There you go. All right, let's go handheld now and see what we have. So here are these items, the goblets and the oatmeal or whatever. And here's the frog. I'm actually disappointed you only get one frog. That ain't good. That ain't good, actually. I think they could have... Yeah, that's an interesting creature. Look at that. Yeah, it's more than a frog. That in my head, you used to think it was just like a frog, but look at it. It's kind of similar. Amphibious, whatever, but... Well, look, it's got insect quality too. Back legs there. Froggy legs, but... Not a reptile, but more insect. Interesting, but he will go in the bottom of that bowl there, but it would have been nice if there were two. One in the bowl and one to eat. Because there's one like crawling around, you can see it moving in the bottom of the bowl in the movie, and I think he'd already eaten one. These things they kind of Velcro together. Well, they're all separated now, but when I took them out, it was kind of like a Velcro effect. They don't feel like Velcro, but it was just the way they were, the fabric was clinging, but I don't know where to put them really. I suppose just put them all around him. It's really for rum, isn't it? Crumb, sorry. So there's if you're wondering why I'm saying salacious rum, it's because there's a YouTuber. In fact, if you've never heard of salacious rum, sort your life out. You will have. Famous YouTubers ever, man. And there you go, that's alright, isn't it? They're a bit better in a way. These, I can see the nice idea with these, that you can sort of lie them and they looked like pillows. A bit of creativity with things like that. And that one I showed you before that sort of is bent, but that's because it's supposed to be pushed up against another one maybe. But when you've actually got soft ones, it's yeah, good, why not? It's a lot more comfortable. Have them mixed in with the hides. And to finish this video, ladies and gentlemen, I will just show you the figures again in closer detail. Yeah, I will open this another time because I think I might do a video on Crumb. I might look at who's the best, my collection of Crumb figures, and I'll get him open. But he looks nice, doesn't he? It's a really good one. This one here, did he come with... Yes, I think he did. And then, of course, you'll have the one that came with the Revenge of the Jedi, that really ultra expensive one. I'm sure not many people will have that loose. They will do, though. There'll be people out there with that loose. But I think, yeah, he did come with this one, the Dark Times one. He's quite a big thing. The other Salacious I've got is... he was on the top here. I don't know what I've done. Oh, there he is. He's down here. This one is a little smaller. I've always been happy with this one. This one came with a Manaman in the Power of the Jedi line. And that's a really good one. I always thought he was about that size whenever I saw him. I mean, look, he's Definitely smaller than this one. This guy looks huge. The 80s one was probably the biggest of them all, was it? I don't know. I did have him in the 80s because I had JABBA, but I don't remember him what size he was compared to these ones. But this one looks really decent. Look at his ears. That's right. This guy looks just a bit too chunky, like a teddy bear. This guy looks a little bit scrawny and stuff, but that guy's ears are what. Look at me. He has got long ears. Look, they go right around the arch around there. His face is so funny. He's such a great character, isn't he? when R2D2 electrocutes him, shocks him or whatever. It looks quite cheap, that card back, actually. Looks like a fan's made that. Because maybe it's because I'm used to seeing stuff like that, gimmicks like that at like fanfares and stuff like that when you go to Echo Base and stuff and you see people doing stuff with like, you know, recarding Lego figures and stuff on small card backs and stuff. When Hasbro have done it, it looks funny. I'm not used to it. But do you know what? I would love to see what this is like next to the other one. I bet you any money the SDCC one is a better quality because overall, Vintage Collection card backs now are not as good as they were. They were really, really sharp, man. VC 1.0. Look at on that one there. I think this is probably the one I'll be opening. There's a little bit of scuff marks on there, that one there. But I'll just give you a look at 8D8 now. It doesn't look as weathered as I was expecting. But again, you can never comment on a figure unless you get it loose. You know, let it breathe. Get it out the bubble. Let it move and get it into different poses and stuff. But I can't wait to see what it's like. That's a very thin joint on his shoulder there. Just lock that focus. His eyes are interesting. He looks more like... Because that's how I remember him. They don't talk, these droids, as far as I'm concerned. They have to do factory jobs like the ones doing in Galaxy's Edge. It's doing nothing other than just turning a spit. Someone's cooking a thing of meat on a pod racer engine. But the one in the Book of Boba Fett's going, oh, hello, yes, I can talk. You know, and it's bad because he'd even said, oh, we need to get a protocol droid. And then this guy's acting like a protocol droid. And he probably could program him to speak a language. He's not a protocol droid. He's a task droid, isn't he? You know what I mean? Droids do different things, but he was acting like a smart ass, like 3PO. I didn't like him in the Book of Boba Fett. But I liked him here. He's just mean, and there's something sinister about those droids. And EV99, get her out, Hasbro. Get it done. Tie it in with the Mandalorian as well. She appeared there, or it appeared there, but she's definitely a female droid character in Return of the Jedi. I think I'm going to leave it there, folks. Please don't be disappointed that I haven't opened these things. I'm going to leave it for another time, folks. You get a general idea of what you get there. And that crumb is awesome. And that's now no longer as good as that, I don't think. I really do think that is it now. They've sorted the paint. They've put him where he should be on a proper throne slab, which can now be put in there, which makes it kind of awesome now. But I'm very proud and happy to have not only the barge, but the palace. I can't stress that enough, really. So, yeah. A happy collector. All right, folks. Thank you very much for watching that video. I hope I've covered everything. I'm sure I have. And in the words of Bosk's Bounty, we shall see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Only One Kenobi, Only One. Out.